Hi, this is Jackie,
Hi, this is Diana.
and you're all listening to Homebodies, where we welcome all bodies to join us as we break down and dissect HBO Max series. And we are talking about Abbott Elementary Season 2, Episode 19, Festival, and Episode 20, Educator of the Year. All right. Episode 19, Festival. The recap is, of course, from Wiki Fandom. Abbott Elementary rallies together to fight the threat from legendary charter schools. Ava pitches a festival to draw parents to school and collect their signatures for a petition. However, Draymond shows up with the intention of derailing the event. Okay. Every time I say legendary, I'm like, legendary schools.
No.
And I had that song in my head all week, whatever, since I've watched it. I don't have any fashion for this episode.
I got two quick things.
Okay.
Oh, no, I do have three. Wait, I have
there you
Greg's coat. I was a big fan of Greg's coat.
Oh, yeah.
He
Okay,
did
now I
look
remember.
like, not Inspector Gadget, but,
Sherlock Holmes?
yes.
Yeah.
A little bit. Ava's suit and Ava's necklace. I loved that chunky necklace she was wearing. I would totally wear that out for like a date night.
Was it black with gold around
Yeah,
it?
it was
black.
gorgeous.
She's worn that before in another episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Well, at least that's realistic.
Ava's got the wardrobe. Yeah.
She really does.
Yeah. Okay. True. Would our union do nothing, basically, if a charter was trying to take over?
Nothing. False. This whole thing is this episode was freaking hysterical to me. It was so funny, and Tyreek's everything.
Tariq
I was
laughing. The best thing ever. Like
great.
Ever. Yeah, but basically our union, first of all, they would never be like, we're going to help you find a job in another public school. No. I don't know how it works in Pennsylvania. I don't know, but first of all, we pay a lot of money to be in our dang union, and they do, fight as much as they can. And there's so many legalities. I mean, obviously, I did look up some stuff about charter schools that I can share, because I really don't. But where is it?
I've had friends that worked at charter schools. It's crazy.
I know someone. Well, it was many, 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 many years ago, who started a charter school in Baltimore.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And it sounded great, back then. I mean, this was before. I mean, I don't know. And I thought, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I didn't know. I don't know if a lot of the stuff they said was true or not. I really don't know. I don't know.
Right.
Especially with the kids having to have a certain GPA or whatever it is. I don't know if that's totally true.
They were almost like talking about the charter school being like a private school,
like an Ivy League private.
Yeah.
I don't know. And just very discriminatory, which I thought charter schools helped. Like, they were better schools, maybe further away, right? Or something like that, but they gave more opportunities. Anyway, I really, I'm not an expert. I really don't know a lot on this, so I don't want to say something wrong. Okay. I can relate. I didn't have anything.
I have nothing.
Yeah.
And I loved the episode, and I actually went back and I go, really? Diana, you had nothing to relate to this? Other than laughing my pants off. Like, I just, I have some loves, but that's it.
I have loves. I have one hate. I did want to go back to about the union thing. The way also Melissa spoke about the union, acted like she wasn't actually in the union. Like, I think sometimes people get confused. Like, we are the union. Yes, we have people on district council, the president, the different chairs and all that, and the people who do more of the fighting for us and representing for us and all that, and the negotiations. But we are all in the union. Like, the way she was talking about it, she's like, they just help us. I'm like, it's not they. You're all in it. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. Okay. Loves. Oh my God. When Melissa is trying to get people to sign her petition and she says, I wouldn't sign anything I handed to me. I like that part. Mr. Johnson saying he has 3/4 of a treasure map. Greg actually calling Tariq for help, like to come. I did love that part.
Good Lord. Yeah.
And then I have Tariq coming back. Not with Janine, thankfully.
No.
But
God, no.
He was, to me, he was And I liked the episode. I liked the episode a lot, but he was the best part. Like, he was the best part. Barbara calling Draymond, right? A jackass. When she's like,
Yes.
Some people, like, I can't even do what she said. I was going to write down exactly what she said, but when she's like, some of them go off and do this and that, and some of them become a jackass.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. So what you got?
The whole exchange, like the Ava Fest, and that whole interaction about the AVA.
What was it? What was AVA? What did she say? It's different.
A very
Abbott festival or something.
Yeah, something. That whole exchange with them was hysterical. I loved it.
Oh my God.
Jacob Googling names and like his phone. Like Lee Daniels and like all the people he was Googling.
I should go to I Can Relate. I did not know who Lee Daniels was.
I actually had to look him up.
I had to Google.
And then I was like, oh, right.
Monster, right? Wasn't it Monster? What was the movie?
Yeah, he's like Monster? A director or something in that, right?
Let me write. Oh, God. Here goes the white girls. All right.
Yeah.
Lee Daniels. I can't believe I didn't write that down. I really meant to. Lee Daniels is an American film and television producer, director, and screenwriter. His first producer credit was Monsters Ball. That was the Halle Berry, for which
Halle Berry,
won the Academy Award for Best Actress, making Daniels the first African-American film producer to solely produce an Oscar-winning film. I mean, that is amazing. But I was like, oh, crap. Yeah, and I did have to look up Jasmine. I actually have her information at the bottom here. Sorry, so I should have said that for I Can Relate.
And probably like my favorite thing was Mr. Johnson busting out the curling iron.
Oh my! I meant to write that too. Wasn't he making the noise? And that guy
never could be too careful. Like, that was the best. The whole get up, everything about it. I loved it. Oh golly! What did you hate?
Draymond.
Oh, Draymond. Okay, yeah.
But I was glad he was there because they ripped into him,
booed him
off, and
then
he stayed. I was like, get out.
Yeah, bye.
And how did he get in the building? Okay.
Yeah.
Speech language analysis, right? God, it's already there. Just make sure. Tariq, his quote, between legendary schools, Fade, and that one dude at Lady Foot Locker, I got enough beefs to start a butcher shop. I can't deliver like him. But with the beefs and the butcher shop, he did. It was great. It was great. And then, oh my gosh, I have charter school info, and I put a colon. No, my next link is about Jasmine Sullivan. The one they lied about coming. The thing that I saw, unless I pasted it somewhere else, because I do stuff like that by mistake. But why don't you go into your psych notes? See if I can.
I got nothing for psych notes either. I didn't have anything to really.
What do you think happened to Draymond? Well, Draymond got messed up, right?
Draymond, his self-esteem is probably pretty low right now.
Yes. But I mean, like, for him to wanna very, very power hungry, it sounds like.
Oh yeah,
controlling.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's much to say about him other than they're trying to create a character, right? That's like
evil,
a former student who thinks he could change the world, I guess, but he looks like he's like on a power trip for money. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So a charter school is a school that receives government funding but operates independently of the established state school system in which it is located, is independent in the sense that it operates according to the basic principle of autonomy for accountability, that it is freed from the rules but accountable for results. So, interesting. Charter schools are publicly funded through taxation and operated by privately owned management companies.
Yeah.
Charter schools are often established, operated, and maintained by for-profit organizations and are not necessarily held to the same standards as traditional public schools. There's debate whether they should be called private or state.
Right.
Advocates of the charter model state that they are public schools because they are open to all students and do not charge for tuition. Critics of charter schools assert that charter schools' private operation with lack of public accountability makes them more like private institutions subsidized by the public. Yeah, see being controversial. Okay. All right, episode 20, which is Educator of the Year. Again, from Wiki Fandom, Gregory is named Educator of the Year. Later, Janine this is the shortest thing ever. Later, Janine deals with a difficult student, and it's revealed that Barbara hasn't completed her teaching requirements. Okay.
Yeah.
Fashion. They all wore, it was all one day, by the way, which was kind of funny. They announced him as Educator of the Year, then the thing was that day, basically.
Yeah.
Janine's, quote, vintage dress was not vintage. Not vintage.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping it was, because that would be cool.
She looked like a little goddess.
Yeah.
In it, I felt like. I loved it on her.
Yeah, it's
with
from
the belt and everything.
ASOS.
Is it Zara? Oh, it's ASOS?
No, ASOS. And it's $80. Wait, is it there? No, I can't. Sometimes you go on and you're like, wait, is it available? I think it is.
It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. It's available in 0, 2, or 4. So there you go. It's out of stock in the other sizes. $80. Yeah. So it is. Yeah, it's there. I got it from Shop Your TV.
Yeah.
I did like Ava's dress.
I wrote that too.
The whole time. Duh. Yeah. It is. Oh, sorry. Reese. I feel like we've talked about Reese before. REISS. And it is Darcy print. Darcy print. It's called leopard print dress. Color is cream, but it did have that other like taupey color in it.
Yeah.
It was $400. It is down to $151.
Ooh, that's a bargain.
It only has size 2 available.
Oh, okay. Well, that really narrows it down.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess they would be school. Yeah, I have them under school days. Although Janine's
could easily transition.
Oh yeah,
to an event, but I thought they were very nice for school.
Yes. And I don't have any school don'ts because it was just one day. All right, what do you got?
That's what I had, Ava's dress and Janine's dress.
Yeah.
Those are my 2 favorites, and I would definitely rock those.
All right. Truth. Do teachers have a teacher's license?
I knew you were going to ask this. They're not licensed.
They're not licensed.
They're certified.
They're certified. They have certificates. And I double checked. Pennsylvania also does have that. I mean, I assumed, but they also do. So come on, Abbott. Come on, Abbott.
I know.
You got to do some research. You got to use the right terms.
You got to hire some teachers.
Some consultants. Consultants.
I could be a good consultant for the show. You would too.
Oh, yeah. You'd be great for the behavior stuff.
Oh, man.
And then, I mean, I'm not a classroom teacher, but I am a teacher.
Right?
My other truth is, do teachers have to keep up their certifications?
And the answer is true, depending on what certification level they have. Right? But I think, although it's different.
I think it depends. Maybe they're grandfathered in.
Yes.
Like Barb, I don't know, like Barbara, I guess. If
Barb
she was
should have been grandfathered in.
Currently, I mean, I think, so back in the day, I don't know what year, like when it ended, but basically, I think always when you started out, maybe you were on like a probationary, like, I don't know, I forgot what it's even called, certificate, and then you had to do a certain amount of professional development, and then you got your permanent certification, which still holds true. And then I think,
that's what I have.
They've had continuing ed for a long. Yeah, I have it too.
And I don't have to do any continuing ed as a permanent.
Yeah, but you're not a teacher,
but it's
right?
Exactly.
So for teachers, because like I said, I'm also a teacher. We do have to do professional
Is it every 5 years?
Yeah. I mean, I never get checked. Like, I also have my speech licensure, which that is every 3 years. You have to accumulate, 30 hours of continuing education, and that one, I get contacted by. I have to report it to the state. Although it's actually, I actually don't report it to the state. I report it to our New York State Language Hearing Association. That's who I report it to. but I don't have to be a member of that. I pay for that as well. I really
Right.
don't have to be. The state, though, you don't tell, you don't have to, you just say, yes, I've done this. Like you basically sign saying I have done this, and they can audit you and make sure.
Oh,
So
gotcha. Yeah.
having that membership, it's a very nice way,
Mm-hmm.
it's a total money maker, but it's
Yep.
for them, but it's a nice way of keeping it all in one place, saying like, okay, here, look at this. Here's all my hours that I've done and stuff. So, but yeah, so when you're a teacher, you do have to do continuing ed. And mostly it is done through the school, like on professional development days, although
Right.
you can do extra, and you got to make sure you have certain areas too,
Yeah.
which the school doesn't always provide. Like ENL, we have to, is it ENL now? Is it ENL still? ELL? What's it called? Sorry, they change it all the time.
Oh, ENL, like English as a new language versus ELL.
English
language learners. I think they do as a new language.
Teachers have to have, and I always make sure I get those kind of through the speech stuff. So
yeah,
because I'm professional development days, they don't offer that at all. So anyhow, okay. I can relate. I have to agree with Melissa. I hate when I'm on a text thread and there's somebody without an iPhone, so it's green, and then also, and sorry, I'm offending people out there because I have a lot of friends who don't have iPhones, and then it's like so and so liked their comment,
right?
It's like
instead of just seeing the little thumbs up. Oh, I hate it.
Yeah,
I know.
Why can't? Yeah, so I can relate. So okay.
I wrote.
What do you got?
I can relate when Janine was up at the board and she was talking about, she was like, what's the capital of Alaska? And they're Juneau. And she was like, Juneau. And then she like makes the side note, that's a great movie. Like, I'm like, I do that all the time. And it goes way over the kids' heads.
Yeah.
I'll start singing a song or like the side comment. If we're together in front of kids, we make like the side comment. And then they're like, what are you talking about? I can relate because I can't help myself.
Yeah. And what's awesome is when they do know. Yeah. All of a sudden they will know. And you're like, the other day, and it wasn't me making a comment. This was a couple weeks ago. One of my students, it was the end of the day on a Friday. I got this kid and another kid, and they're fine. They're always a lot of fun, actually. Right at the end of the day, they had just had the chorus concert. And first, the student wanted to, he's like, I feel like singing. I think that was it. He was like, I feel like singing the dreidel song. I'm like, okay. And it was cute because you could tell he was like a little nervous, and then he sang it. Was that the same day? Now I can't remember. It's the same student. I don't know if that was the same day or not, but one day he busted out, he goes, you are. And I was like, my fire. We started.
That's amazing.
I was like, why is that in your head? I love that song. And he's, I shouldn't give him too many details, but he's way too young. I mean, obviously he knows it from radio or whatever, but way too young. It was one of the best things ever. And he kept going, you are anyway, it was great. That was amazing. Okay. Woo. My camera's falling over. Okay. I'm having problems today. Well, I think I have my table too low. So I was like trying to push the computer back, and the light on it pulls, whatever. Okay. Anyway, what you got for I can relate?
Just that.
About
the Juneau comment. That's okay.
Sorry. I went back. Where? Okay.
I'm over here.
Yeah, I know. I'm messed up. Okay. See, this is the night before our last day of school before winter break, and I'm a little whacked up. I didn't, you know what? I had a coffee this afternoon. I had a creme brulee latte.
Ooh. I had a mocha peppermint.
Ooh.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. Okay.
So good.
All right. So, loves. Janine isn't on the group chat. Don't know why I love that.
She keeps insisting, like, can I add it to the group chat?
No. Barbara talking about proving she can teach. Oh, okay. So I'm like, what? So basically she's saying, why do I have to prove I have to teach? And I agree with her in the fact of that when they get trained on a quote, new program, or there's a coach to teach the teachers how to teach reading. They don't need a coach to teach reading. I can't, that stuff drives me nuts. Continuing education, I agree with. I like, especially, there's just, people are always changing. It's not like, okay, I don't know how to do speech. I do, but you're always looking for different ways to approach things. And so
Mhm.
I agree with. I think you should. I mean, it's annoying when people tell you what you need to do, and I
Mhm.
get that. I get that. So I thought that was funny. Oh, so I don't know if you know who do you know who Bad Brains is, that band, or no? Probably not.
No.
Okay. So Mr. John was so in Barbara school. I don't know about that class. That class was whack. That's all I'm saying. But when she goes on and she looks at the picture of the people on it, there's Mr. Johnson it looks like an afro wig on, and he has a t-shirt on and it says Bad Brains. Bad Brains was, okay, one of the members lives in this area. And I know, and
Oh.
offline,
Yeah.
I'll tell you who it is, because
Okay.
people connected to that. To
Oh,
him.
that's
So,
funny.
because I don't want to say his name because people might
Right.
stalk. Okay. Bad Brains are Bad Brains is the name of the band. Bad Brains is an American band formed in Washington, D.C. What? Okay, whatever. They are widely regarded as pioneers of hardcore punk. Oh, shoot. Though the band's, where am I here? Members have objected to the use of this term to describe their music. They are also an adept reggae band, while later recording featured elements of other genres like funk, heavy metal, hip hop, and soul. They called them the mother of all black, Rolling Stone magazine called them the mother of all black hard rock bands. So they're like, to me, I don't know, say historical. Like, like they made their mark, and so I caught that with the Bad Brains t-shirt. I was like, oh my God. Okay. And then I loved Gregory's speech.
Yes.
I started to cry. It was so good.
That was good.
All right. What do you have for love?
I love the Melissa talking about how she's going to re-gift the speech. I love that. That was amazing. That was great. I'll just go with the re-gift. And then then she takes a Jalen Hurts like pep talk or whatever and uses that. That was great. Oh, I love it. The library card catalog. I don't know if you noticed it in the background, but of course I loved seeing that
those.
when, I have a very unique, I guess,
love of
card catalogs.
I
I've
keep
always wanted to
thinking
have
I
one.
asked Dave about that, and I don't know
I feel
whatever
like you
happened.
did.
So I'll have
I
to
know.
ask him
That's
again, because
okay.
I swear he has access to them.
Oh my God.
To
So
more
amazing.
than one.
Love that. So there's that. I loved seeing that in the background. And then when the students, when they were rehearsing this big elaborate, festival, I also felt like, hold on. The poem, when they were busting out the poem and then they went from the poem into The Wind Beneath My Wings.
Yes. Yeah.
I love that. I loved Dr. Johnson. That was hysterical and a great way to end it. But I hated I felt like this episode, as much as I loved it and there were so many good things about it, I didn't like how I felt like we were missing the backstory about this whole. And obviously what they were doing was very, they were very much trying to get the African American,
the multicultural
and
thing.
and the
it seemed like
Italian American. There's a whole nother story we were missing.
So
I didn't like
something.
That. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think that's why I was like, wait, this was all one day. Honestly, because of the outfits. I'm like, this was all one day.
Yeah.
It's a little ridiculous. That's what you got? All right.
Yeah.
Speech language. Sorry.
What?
So all the acronyms for the stupid classes. The FART. Are you kidding? Facilitating a reading type. I mean, come on. That was the best one. I mean, I was going to put this in there somewhere. I don't know where, but the whole thing with her taking the class and Mr. Johnson's teaching it, that's so unrealistic. I know they're trying to be funny, but people, that would not happen. And then Ashley showing up. Ashley, right?
Oh,
Ashley.
I actually didn't care for her coming back. Sorry.
No,
it's like we've overdone that. We're
overdone it. She also maybe is a little too realistic.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe that's it. Okay. I'm not saying I can think of somebody off the top of my head like her, but I feel like she is a little too realistic. All right. What you got for psych notes?
I just have like from like professional standpoint, like the feeling of defeat and like that's real. Like what Janine experienced, like that can happen. Like you can,
Oh,
I think
we
she
didn't
was,
even
I
talk
think
about
that
the parent part. Oh my
I
gosh.
know. And, you know, you have to be, you know, very careful with those interactions. I think for me as a school psychologist, you have to remember, like, especially when you're evaluating a child and then you're bringing this information to them about whether it's behavior or the social skills, or maybe there's something academic or cognitively happening, or following up with, you know, a specialist about something. Like you have to really, and that comes, I think, with practice and,
you have to watch your words.
you really have to be mindful of that, because you also, and at being a parent myself, I think I've been on the other side of these conversations sometimes. So I always appreciate when somebody is real with me, right? And I like to be real with parents, but you have to have that rapport, and you have to make sure that you have like a good rapport with a parent, because you say it the wrong way and they're not ready for that. I mean, I don't know. I that's real. And I think that definitely is what Janine experienced can happen easily. And I don't think it was in that case, like, I think she did a nice job of trying to like work with I think it was realistic of her approach, and she was gentle.
Yes, she was very gentle.
But
The parent really reacted. But here's what bothered me. She never said he put his hands on a child. Like she didn't get to, she should have said that. I would have said that first.
Right.
The throwing stuff, like even, and in the fact that the parent was just like about the throwing stuff. No,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's different there, but like that is a big deal. That kid would be like throw any kind of violence or touching.
Right.
I mean, it's, and also the fact she didn't have anybody to help her. Like she did not consult with, they have to have a school psychologist there. Come on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, they might not have a behaviorist or whatever, but just going at it alone. Well, Ava is pointless, but
yeah,
in real life, I would think, you know, there would be maybe another person involved too, because,
and I think to me,
and she was also putting her hands on the kid. She kept sitting them down. Like that's very old school. You do not touch kids.
We wouldn't do that.
No,
not that way.
No. I mean, she wasn't hurting him, but it reminded me of when I was little. That's how they would pick you up and they would move you and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like that they're some of the things that they model is like reminiscent maybe of what they experienced when they were in school, when like, we were in school and stuff too. But anyway, I just think that like it's just another plug for making sure that you have people that you can go to, that you can trust to sort of reflect on these. So I really like that. I really liked, and I should have included that in my love, was how Gregory came over, and that was just so sweet and touching. And then, you know, letting Barbara take over was great. And so you got to have those people that you can go to. You're my person.
Yes, you're mine too. You need people like that to vent to.
You do. And also to tell you straight, like, am I wrong? Or like, did I, like, what, you know, especially if you're in a meeting with people and you want to like be like, not talking about it, but how did I do like with that? Cause did I, you know?
Yeah. And it is, I mean, that would be an awful thing to hear, that you're a bad teacher.
That was bad.
And like, I'm trying to put myself in that position. And I mean, you could just tell she was angry and she was projecting, but it's easier for me to say that. I'm not sitting there getting that said to me.
Yeah.
But she definitely, his behaviors call for more help. She can't handle that by herself.
Yeah. And it's not real, like the whole, like, Ava, are you okay if I move up the parent meeting to the, I'm like, we don't get approval for that. Like we just schedule meetings and have parents come in. It's that was weird.
And also, why? Well, I guess she wanted in person, but I'm like, you can also do a phone call, like how the parent had to rearrange the schedule and all this stuff. I mean, yeah, you want to make an impact, I guess, in person, but I don't know. Yeah. I just some little unrealistic stuff. Yeah. But it was good. Ooh, shaking. Nothing's going to beat 15 and 6. I mean, I would love to see if 21 and 22 can beat 15 and 16, but those were two of the, like, I have to watch those again. Like, yeah, I told my husband to watch them, and he hasn't been following. Like, he did start to watch it when I first started watching it, but he hasn't been following, and he was dying. Like, he was, yeah. Okay. So funny. Well, that's all right. It. 2 more to go for the season. 2 more to go. Yay! If anyone is listening to this on, I don't know about, to be honest, I don't know about the other platforms, but I know because on Spotify it's weird with the ratings, but if you're on Apple Podcasts, could you please rate us? Because I know we're getting listens, and I would love it if you just click that 5 stars if you like it. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye. Bye.